Friday, January 3rd on Fox.
A full hour of Family Feud this morning at 8 on Fox 14.
You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, KOAM's Elise Noe shares with us how one organization is showing the significance of family generosity this season.
Plus, a Joplin resident has an opportunity to share his passion of Christmas blow molds with others.
And we've got ourselves clouds rolling in. We're going to be mostly cloudy, we're going to be windy, we're going to be warm, all of those things. We'll talk about that in that forecast, get you out the door, coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy.
I'm Chris Warner, just after 7 a.m. on this Tuesday morning.
Yes.
Across the 4 states, we are 6 days away from Christmas, and I'm going to take the opportunity again.
Of course.
Because I certainly appreciate the messages, the concern. I will be off the next few days, but I will be back next Monday on Christmas.
Woo!
I'll be here.
Just want to be Christmas without you, Chris.
Well, because that's part of my name too, you know.
Chris, you put the Chris in Christmas.
I see. That is exactly what I do. So, you got all your shopping done?
Got the shopping done.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, and of course, we're getting ready to do a lot of giving, aren't we?
Absolutely. 'Tis the season for giving, and what better way to embody that spirit than shopping for loved ones and showing young ones the significance of family and generosity.
Last night, Foster Adopt Connect, Joplin, and Precious Moments Chapel partnered together to do just that. KOAM's Elise Noe has more.
During the holiday season, cookies, twinkling lights, Santa Claus, and of course presents take center stage in children's minds. Foster Adopt Connect Joplin is blending these festive elements with the spirit of generosity, inviting foster families and communities to shop for their loved ones, and a special holiday pop-up hosted by Precious Moments Chapel in Carthage.
So this holiday pop-up is really designed as a place where kids and families can come, experience a little bit of holiday joy, and get to shop. And so they get to shop for gifts for loved one and themselves.
With 2 years in the 4-state area, Foster Adopt recognizes the importance of ensuring every child has a gift for someone in their family.
Getting to share at the holiday, like that's what it's all about, right? It's that giving joy. And so being able to equip kids to show up with gifts and be prideful in that giving, and when they receive, it feels like a reciprocal exchange rather than maybe taking charity.
Kids got to choose 6 items from the Precious Moments gift shop while enjoying holiday crafts, hot cocoa, popcorn, and a visit from Santa.
Oh, the popcorn was a 10 out of 10. I shopped for my grandpa. He lives all the way in Galena, Kansas. And I also shopped for my Dodo. That's what we call her. She is not too far from here.
Families were also treated to a candlelight walk to the chapel, learning about its history. In Carthage, Missouri, Elise Noe, KOAM News.
This was Foster Adopt's second annual holiday pop-up event.
Certainly a great event out there, and a great cause to help as well.
Absolutely, 'tis the season.
Yeah, and this is the, we talked about it in the 6 o'clock and the 5 o'clock. Now we're going to talk about it now if you're just joining us. This is the most Christmas it's going to feel for a while.
Yep.
It's going to be
warm up.
Warm for sure. Well, let's take a quick look outside, shall we? This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Got a great sunrise. Enjoy it because clouds building in rather quickly from the west. You can see a few of them out there right now. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin, zoomed in there on 17th Street. See plenty of folks getting their day started, and every last one of them probably has the heat on, except for those few people I have genuinely seen that go out in this kind of weather and they have their windows down. More power to you. You know, my hat is off to you. How you can deal with the cold is beyond me. I can't do that. All right, in Joplin, 30 degrees right now. Pittsburgh sitting at 27, and we are going to continue to cloud up and get windy as well. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies, southerly breeze gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour, and temperatures climbing into the low 50s. It's going to continue to warm up, and then we've got rain chances on the horizon. We'll take a look at all that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
Thanks, Chris. Well, Christmas came early for some Carthage students in the form of books. Kindergarten students received a variety of titles, including the book Giraffes Can't Dance. It's all part of a donation from the Literacy Council Board. Officials say these books will go a long way to make sure every student is reading at least on level.
Probably pretty exciting right now at Christmas time. Receive a gift and be able to take it home. They are Christmas books as well, so it's part of the season that should encourage them to read to their family.
Oh, well, a lot of them don't have books at home. We send books, paper books home, but not picture books like this, so I think that they'll really love it. We have learned all of our letters and sounds by this point in the school year and almost 50 sight words. So there are a lot of words that they'll be able to pick out and share with their families.
There were more than 900 books that were handed out yesterday. And the Better Business Bureau wants to warn families about holiday pet adoption scams. According to the BBB, 80% of sponsored pet advertisements may be fake. Experts say do your homework before you buy a new pet and only buy from a reputable source. Make sure you see the pet in person before you buy and avoid wiring money. Also consider reaching out to an animal shelter to adopt or foster. We have a full list on our website at koamnewsnow.com. A Christmas blow mold collector got the chance to spread his passion along with Christmas cheer. If you don't know what that is, it's a type of decoration. Since the age of 8, Dustin Molerniano has been collecting Christmas blow molds, a hobby he picked up from his grandparents. This holiday season, the Joplin History and Mineral Museum is showing off his collection, but only a third of it.
I still feel the same way like when I was 8 when I see Christmas displays set up. And even going back to, I think it was 2005, I won an award when I lived in Colorado still. And specialty rare.
The collection will be on display at the Joplin History and Mineral Museum till mid-January. And there's only 6 days left until Christmas, and you know what that means. It's once again time for our annual Pictures with Santa segment. First up, we have Amelia O'Brien, age 7, from Pittsburgh, Kansas.
And then we've got Ashton and Raylan Reagan, both 1 and 3, and from Galena.
Next up, we have Kinley, Jacob, Parker, and Natalie Brown, ages 11, 9, 5, and 2, from Pittsburgh, Kansas.
And then we've got Briar and Knox Smith, ages 5 and 8, and they are from Girard.
Now we're going to be showcasing even more Pictures with Santa over the course of the week on the KOAM Morning News. Up next, a volcano in Iceland has erupted after several weeks of earthquakes. And Yemen's Houthi rebels stepped up their attacks in the Red Sea, forcing more companies to halt operations. Those stories and more coming up on World Watch. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
The Christmas shop in Pittsburgh, Kansas is open for the holiday.
Check out valuehomesonline.com.
Topping World Watch, a volcano erupts in Iceland Monday night. The eruption taking place in Iceland's Reykjanes Peninsula. Magma can be seen spewing from the volcano, turning the sky orange. It comes 1 month after a nearby town was evacuated after strong seismic activity was detected. The Coast Guard is attempting to confirm the exact location and size of the eruption. Over 100 people dead after an earthquake strikes in northern China Monday night. Latest reports say 111 people have been killed and another 220 are injured. After the 5.9 magnitude quake hit the Gansu province in northwest China, buildings have been damaged in and around the province. The government has dispatched rescue workers to the region to assist local emergency crews currently working in freezing weather to help aid the victims. An oil giant BP on Monday became the latest company to suspend shipments through the Red Sea following attacks by Yemen's Houthi rebels. Fox News correspondent Matt Finn has more from London.
As the fighting in Gaza grinds on, Houthi rebels in Yemen are stepping up their attacks on global shipping. On Monday, 2 more ships attacked, one from Norway and another from Panama. And now companies are suspending their operations near the Red Sea. BP now the latest to announce they'll reroute or pause their shipments as the U.S. and other allies consider striking back.
These attacks are reckless, dangerous, and they violate international law. And so we're taking action to build an international coalition to address this threat.
And it could have a major impact on prices and supply lines. About 10% of the world's trade passes through the Red Sea, bringing energy supplies like oil and diesel, as well as food and other consumer products. The rebels claim they're only attacking ships doing business with Israel, but in recent days, their missiles have targeted vessels that have no Israeli ties.
The ships will become a legitimate target for our armed forces. We warn all ships and companies against dealing with Israeli ports.
4 of the world's 5 biggest shipping companies are now rerouting their ships. They'll likely go around Africa, adding days of delays, which could increase prices of everything from food to fuel. Global oil prices are already rising, with companies scrambling to keep supply chains open.
There is a nervousness out there at the moment. We will do everything we can to mitigate any such threats and keep trade flowing.
And Secretary Austin says he's coordinating a virtual meeting with U.S. allies on Tuesday to come up with a response to these attacks. In London, Matt Finn, Fox News.
And Fox News has confirmed that on Tuesday, the Pentagon will announce the formation of a new task force comprising dozens of allies with the goal of protecting shipping routes through the Red Sea. That's our top stories for World Watch this morning. Now let's take it over to Chris for a quick look at the weather.
And we've got a cold start out there and clouds starting to increase across the area, as you can see from our camera on the Cornell Complex. We'll have more on your forecast right after this. And coming up, it's National Hard Candy Day. Rafi Andonian will be with us to share some of its delicious history.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our
ImaX.com. So join us and have a happy Thanksgiving and also a very Merry Christmas from the IMAX.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:16 now on this Tuesday morning. Taking a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. We've got those clouds, the darker leading edge here starting to roll in, and most of us already going with those mostly cloudy skies. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Of course, zoomed in a bit here on 17th Street. Folks getting their day started, and they are getting the day started with the heat on because it is cold outside. KDOT camera, 69 East 520th Avenue, just south of Pittsburgh. Looking good. You can see some daylight off to this side, but not so much on this side as those clouds continue to roll in. And take a look at that shot there from our camera at 7th and Range Line. Absolutely incredible. Beautiful start to the day, albeit again cold. 30 in Joplin right now. South-southeast breeze at 10, making it feel like 21. And we've had wind chills in the teens this morning, and we're going to start to warm up actually relatively quickly. 29 Yates Center, Neodesha Parsons. 27 in Pittsburgh and Nevada. 28 Chanute and Iola. 22 in Miami, and 27 Neosho and Monette. So we're going to go mostly cloudy through the morning. We've got that chilly start out there for sure. And then we'll go in the low 40s by late morning. South winds are going to start gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour, and they're going to stay breezy through today, tonight, and tomorrow. Low 50s for our highs today with that cloud cover out there, and with the cloud cover and the southerly breeze, we stay somewhat mild as we go into the overnight. Because remember, our average highs are right in this zone here, and we're just going to kind of hover in the low 40s through the overnight hours. We head into our Wednesday. We're going to see more cloud cover across the area and warmer temperatures, and with the moisture return and the clouds, a few sprinkles will be possible tomorrow, but the better rain chances start by Thursday afternoon. We see scattered showers, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms start to roll in. No severe weather, but much needed rain on the way, and this kicks off several days of rain chances as we head through the weekend and next week. Now by Friday afternoon, there's a pause in the rain activity, and then by Saturday late evening and overnight, more showers, more thunderstorms heading into Christmas Eve day across the area. Between here and there as well, temperatures climbing into the low 60s. We got upper 50s heading through Friday. Showers and again some thunderstorms, low 60s, so Christmas Day will not feel like Christmas at all. It's going to feel more like the start of spring break out there, but it will cool back down by next week. Unfortunately, just not in time for Christmas. So obviously no snowfall, but much needed rain. And that's the big thing. We're 15 inches off the average for the year. We're not going to recover that with this rain, but at least something is better than nothing. And that continues through next week as well. Temperatures falling back into the mid-40s. Well, coming up, the city of Joplin set in a new police chief yesterday. We'll have that story and a lot more when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Brothers Mining Company. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, today is National Hard Candy Day, so we take a look at its sweet history with a taste of the past. Rafi Andronian is with us this morning. Welcome, Rafi.
Of course.
Tell us.
It's a guilty pleasure that is hard candy.
That's truly, everybody loves it, and you're so good about history and these fun facts. How did this all come about?
Well, original candies were actually served in apothecaries, which is associated with medicine. So think about it. A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down,
Yes.
right? So that was actually a true thing, because in the 18th century, what you would have is, let's say you had a chest remedy or a headache or a digestion problem, the medicine would be a lot of herbs, and it'd be kind of maybe not very tasty. Now, I think we still have versions of that today. Think about it. Look, I brought these gummy vitamins. All right, I think about that. Here, have some if you want.
Absolutely not.
All right, but associating health and the sweet together to help the vitamins go down, the spoonful of sugar, like we talked about, really kind of sticks with us today if you think about it. And think about it, you get a lollipop when you go to the dentist's office or something like that. We still associate medicine and sugar together. So that's where the origins of hard candy come about.
That's so funny. And nowadays, I mean, we have crazy Sour Patch candies.
Yep.
What were the flavors like back in the day?
Yeah. But the flavors change. So candy changes over time. What happened is, initially, you have much more emphasis on the sugar and the candy. Later on, you have in the 20th century the rise of chocolate. That's seen now as as candy becomes more of a kid's thing. Chocolate's seen today more like an adult's kind of candy, if you will. Now, another thing that changes is it becomes more widespread in the 19th century because you have the rise of machinery, the drop in the price of sugar. Sugar was seen as a huge, expensive commodity that you would lock up in the 18th century, but not in the 19th century. It becomes more widespread, it becomes cheaper. Now, the first candy-making machine was by a pharmacist. He made lozenges, medicinal lozenges, and I brought some of that too.
Lozenges, yes.
Yep. And this is what they look like. Again, medicine, candy associated. Pharmacist makes the first candy making machine, and that's how candy's changing over time.
All right, and we can't mention the holiday season without candy canes. How did this come about?
Dolly Parton, with me I'll be just fine and dandy with a hard candy Christmas. That's what this makes me think of. It used to be white, just white. Then eventually in the 20th century they added the peppermint red stripes. Now, it was actually a German immigrant in the Midwest that brought candy canes over in the 19th century to the United States, but it goes all the way back to Germany a couple hundred years before that, so about 400 years ago. And they're shaped in the shape of a hook. There's a few different theories for that. One is that it was representing a shepherd because a church person initially gave it out.
I could see that.
Another is that Germans were hanging it on trees because the trees come from Germany. And some people theorize that it represents a J for Jesus. So there's a lot of different theories behind the shape. But you know what's interesting about this? People buy in the United States almost 2 billion candy canes a year, most of which, 90% plus of which, is between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So this is the stuff that sells #1 selling candy in this season outside of chocolate.
Incredible. Well, Rafi, you're just a wealth of knowledge. It's so much fun. Thank you as always for joining us. Absolutely. And stick around because we got more news coming up right after this.
I'm not coming out until Casey's has thin crust.
Only at Casey's. You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. The time now is 7:27 a.m. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. A new year means a big new change for the Joplin Police Department. City officials yesterday swore in Richard Pearson as the chief of the Joplin Police. Pearson previously served as the captain of the Jefferson County Public School System in Louisville, Kentucky. He also served 22 years with the Louisville Metro Police Department. The new chief wants to encourage a closer interaction with the community.
Anybody who sees me or any of the officers on Joplin Police, I want you to feel comfortable just walking up to us and talking, telling us your issues, your problems, things you would like to see us start working on for you, things you would like to see stopped. so we can be as responsive as possible to the community. That's what I'm all about.
Chief Pearson also wants to work on the education of his officers and work with the school system to better the community. Water Gardens in Joplin yesterday kicked off its annual Christmas market. During the week leading up to Christmas, they offer toys, games, clothes, and stocking stuffers to families who would otherwise struggle to afford them. The items are donated by the community, but instead of assigning a price, they are given a timestamp and the amount of time for shoppers to work in Water Gardens workshop and earn the gifts they choose.
That parent has selected the gifts for their kids. It's not something where someone else just handed it to them. They get to have an investment in it, ownership of it. It affirms their dignity, and I think it makes Christmas great for those who might otherwise have really had nothing.
Gives people that are that are a little under, the people that are struggling, an opportunity to make themselves feel better by giving, which we don't normally get a chance to do that. So.
Water Garden Ministries also provides a gift wrapping area. The Christmas market happens every day this week through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Shopping and working must be done on the same day. And a spectacular drone footage captured a Christmas tree towering at 102 feet, which was on display for the third year in a row at Enid, Oklahoma. This video by Mitchell D. Ballard with Higher Image LLC shows the stunning tree. Project coordinator Nicole Winfield described it as one of a kind, with festival organizers saying it was one of the world's tallest Christmas trees. And an elaborate Christmas lights display is back up and running in Commerce, Oklahoma. The Rush family has been decorating their home for the holidays for years. The lights flash in tune with different songs playing on 103.1 FM. If you'd like to check it out, it's on South Elm Street in Commerce, Oklahoma. A Pittsburgh yoga studio is using some feline therapy to help its students relax. Eclectic Soul Studio teamed up with the Literary Cat Company for the event. Attendees were able to get in an hour of easy yoga surrounded by loving cats. Organizers wanted to offer the community something a little different.
I wasn't really sure how the community was going to respond to it, because you just never know when you do something that's a little bit out of the box, and it's just been fabulous. I've just been blown away by all the support.
We like to support the animals in our community, and this is just such a great space, and we wanted to team up with Jennifer and just help draw attention to these felines and maybe help adopt some of them out. Back to the center.
Yoga mats and cats were provided.
And we've got ourselves a cold start here in the 4 states. Quick look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. All those clouds beginning to roll in. About an hour ago, they were west of 75, and they are continuing to push off to the east with plenty more of their friends back behind them. So that's why today is a mostly cloudy day. Take a look at our shot from 7th and Range Line. Our camera there. We've got that sunrise. We've got the light hitting those clouds as they roll in just right. Looks absolutely beautiful. And we got nice bright sky from the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line as well. We've got south winds today as well. They're going to start gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour, and we'll see those mostly cloudy skies build in. Temperatures today warmer as we go into the low 50s. We've got warmer temperatures yet on the way, plus some rain chances. We're going to look at all that in the full forecast a little later. Caitlin?
All right, that's a look at your top news stories. Coming up, we have Charlene Patton in studio to show us a delicious recipe for a chocolate peppermint pie.
My darling granddaughter.
McDonald's buy one, get one for just $1. Like a cheeseburger, McChicken, or hot and spicy McChicken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We have Charlene Patton once again down from Topeka, Kansas Soybean Commission. Always great to have you. Wonderful recipes November. Fantastic recipes so far for December. And you've got another great dessert for us for this month.
We do. Another winning recipe. And oh my gosh, this is perfect for the holidays. And who doesn't want a quick dessert when it's December and everybody is busy? And her recipe is called Quick Chocolate Peppermint Pie. So perfect for the holidays. I'll let you say who she was.
Margaret Miller from Hutchinson, Kansas. Got second place for this one, but based on what I'm seeing so far, I think it's a first place recipe.
Yes, I think so. Okay, she again used tofu, and if you are not familiar with tofu, these are great recipes. Our very first recipe we did in December, the berry dessert, it used tofu. This one does too. Use a 14-ounce package, and then you're going to press it to get the water all out of it, because that tofu is like bean curd, and it has water in it. So you want to press it and get that all out, and she has the directions there. Put it in the food processor, and I went ahead and got this out because I wanted you to see how it's creamy it is. You are going to add to that our soy milk. So I'll let you do
that. We add all of this? Because I remember last week we only put in what we needed.
That's right, and we're going to put all of this in to make it creamy. One of the things, and I will show it here with the picture, but this pie sets up so nice so that you can serve it, and that tofu makes it firm, and it's less calories than if you were using another more high-calorie ingredient. Okay, now we've mixed that, so you're going to add a teaspoon of peppermint extract and a teaspoon of vanilla.
All right.
We'll just add that in here. Great. Stir that up, and that gives it that peppermint flavor that we want. Yep, add that. And then our vanilla, stir that up there. Very good. And then I melted, this is 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And if it starts to set up again, you can see it's just setting up a little bit. Just put it in the microwave again. She said in her recipe about 40 seconds. My microwave took just a little bit longer, but so you don't overdo it, what I would do is 30 seconds and then stir it, and then another 30 seconds. Yeah. And these are semi-sweet chocolate chips. If you wanted a little bit sweeter pie, you could use milk chocolate chips. You could add a little bit more powdered sugar if you thought you wanted a little sweeter. But all you need to do, and I was going to say too, since we put that tofu in the blender to make it creamy, you could add all these other ingredients to your food processor or blender and mix it rather. But I wanted to show it to you so you could see it better.
You get a better idea.
Yeah,
it's hard
what
to
it looks
see in
like.
the blender.
Right. There it is, all mixed up, and you can see how it's already starting to set up. There we have it, and there we have it here. Look how nice that is. We topped it with some whipped cream and some crushed peppermint candies. How's that?
Put the crushed peppermint candies over there
All
so
right,
they can see those
we
as
could just add a little bit more there to it. And you have a pie that's ready in just minutes. It's all ready. It doesn't take long to set up in the refrigerator. And that tofu makes it a wonderful dessert.
Yeah, and it looks amazing. And this is just one more of a series of great desserts, because I know you just got done cooking for Thanksgiving, and maybe you want to make Christmas a little easier. These are some great ways to make it easier. Like you said, this was just a handful of steps, took a couple of minutes, and it sets up ready to go. So.
And a winning recipe.
And
so
it's a winning recipe.
That's
absolutely.
Right.
And of course, if folks want this recipe, where do they go?
They should go to kansassoybeans.org. And they should also go to our 800 number and call us at 877-KS-SOYBEAN. And I was just thinking, did we show the chocolate crust?
I don't know that we did.
I don't either.
But yeah, you want to make sure you also need a pie crust. It's a chocolate pie crust.
And she used a store-bought one, so another reason why it's quick.
Quick and easy
That's
there.
right.
All right, Charlene, thank you so much. We've got a lot more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Appointment and ask about Real Clear Skin. Visit letsgetrealclear.com.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 7:41 now on this Tuesday morning. A cold one for sure, but looks great out there. Clouds increasing across the area, and we will be going mostly cloudy through the majority of our day, and we're going to stay that way for a while. That was our camera on the Cornell Complex. MoDOT camera, 20th in range line. We've got the sunshine for now as folks get their day underway with the heat on for sure. KDOT camera at 69 East 520th Avenue, just south of Pittsburgh, getting some of that sunshine as well. But again, more clouds are on the way. Here's a view of some of those distant clouds from our camera at 7th in range line. Sitting at 30 in Joplin, feels like 21 with a south-southeast breeze at about 10 miles an hour. That's going to pick up as well out there. 26, Iola and Pittsburgh, as well as Independence. 28, Yates Center, Chanute, Fort Scott, Nevada, Lamar, Monette, Neosho. 29's Neodesha, Parsons. A little cooler down south. 24, Miami, Anderson. 23 in Grove. 22 down in Jay. So mostly cloudy skies to start. We're a little bit on the cold side to start as well, but we'll warm up into the low 40s by late morning, and the winds are going to pick up out of the south, gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour. We're going to go low 50s today with those mostly cloudy skies and breezy conditions, and unlike last night, the winds will not let up tonight, continuing to gust upwards of 30 overnight, but our temperatures between the cloud cover and the warm air being blown in here don't really fall much as we go back into the low 40s. For our Wednesday, we're going to be just cloudy, maybe a few peaks of sun, and with the moisture return and the cloud cover, a few sprinkles are possible on our Wednesday, but it'll be Thursday afternoon. We start to see some of those scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two out there, and these will continue through Thursday evening into the first half of our Friday, and then that gives us a brief pause before we see additional activity by late Saturday. More showers, maybe even a couple more thunderstorms. The good news is no severe weather, but some much-needed rain on the way. Unfortunately, it coincides with Christmas weekend, so we're expecting a wet but not so white Christmas out there for us. Temperatures also not seasonable at all, well above average, about 20 degrees above average as we go through the week. Upper 50s through Friday, then pushing 60 and into the low 60s by Christmas Day. So again, not going to feel like Christmas at all out there. Plus, we'll have the showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms across the area as well. Our rain chances continue through next week as well, and temperatures do start to eventually fall back a little closer to normal as we go back into the mid-40s toward the end of next week. But at least kicking off by Thursday, some much-needed rain chances. Again, we're 15 inches below for the year. We are not going to make that up by any means, but any rain we can get is better than no rain at all. That is a quick check of your forecast. Now we're going to send it over to Caitlin with Consumer Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Well, Apple is planning to stop the sale of some of its Apple Watches in the U.S. The company is expected to suspend the Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2 models over an international patent dispute. The International Trade Commission placed a ban on the watches in October for potentially violating a patent with its blood oxygen measurement feature. Medical device maker Masimo claims the watch feature violates its pulse oximeter patent. Apple says all online sales of the two watch models will end by this Thursday, and in-store sales will stop on Christmas Eve Sunday. Weight Watchers is launching a new program for those using weight loss drugs. The company says Weight Watchers GLP-1 will center on establishing healthy habits for those who are taking weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy. And data from Morgan Stanley research predicts that 7% of Americans could be using one of the drugs by 2025. Company officials say those who take the medications tend to lose weight and muscle mass quickly and have a decline in appetite. The program includes nutrition and activity goals meant to help users keep muscle mass. And gaining a little weight can be an unwanted side effect from all the tasty treats this season. And while getting into shape is something on many people's New Year's resolutions, if you're planning on using fitness trackers to monitor your health, technology experts say the data can sometimes be useful if you don't know what to do with it. Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez takes a closer look at how you can get the most out of your gadgets and stay active during and after the holidays.
With food and drink usually aplenty during the holidays, all the treats can take a toll on our waistlines. According to a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, the average person gains roughly 1 pound during the season.
Merry Christmas.
Since it's also the season of gifting, many people could be unwrapping fitness devices to revamp their workouts heading into the new year. But while health trackers can help us gauge our activity levels, sleep patterns, and more, Samantha Kleinberg of the Stevens Institute of Technology says all the data can be overwhelming.
Now, when you see an advertisement for a new device, it's a smartwatch or something to track your sleep or a ring, all these different form factors, you're thinking, oh, that's cool, I can learn more, right? And then there's this tenuous connection of like, somehow if I learn more, I'm able to do stuff with it. But the commercials don't really tell you how you're going to do that.
Having a goal of what you want to achieve can help you better make sense of the data. Still, Kleinberg says there can be inaccuracies.
People use the information from their Fitbit or other device to figure out, here's how many calories I'm burning in a day, so that's how many calories I can eat, and if I eat less than that, I'm going to lose weight. But if the device is inaccurate, then you're going to get a different result than you expect.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends adults get at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity every week and dedicate 2 days to strengthening their muscles. Going on walks to see holiday lights and parking farther away from stores when shopping are simple tricks the CDC says you can do to stay moving this season. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Those are our top stories for Consumer Watch. We'll be right back with more after this. But first, let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
It's a new then Christmas Day. It's Giants Eagles. It all kicks off Sunday and continues Christmas Day on Fox.
Many people will be heading home for the holidays to spend time with their loved ones and relax.
But a new study finds that planning these trips turns a lot of people into the Grinch as they find it more stressful to travel. Fox's Jennifer Williams has more.
I'm laughing because it's hilarious. They're not vacations. It's not a vacation.
According to a report by studyfinds.org, a third of American holiday travelers don't count traveling home for the holidays as a true vacation.
Just the planning, making sure you have money, splitting money between here and Christmas and everything like that. So that's the stressful part.
Our usual day-to-day involves, meals and naps. You have to take that template and move it over into another location.
They're exciting, but it is stressful. It is, little kids, personalities, tantrums. My parents can act like kids themselves.
Some find it so stressful they need a vacation from their vacation. 71% say they need a separate trip in order to really unwind.
To go on a vacation after the vacation, but just adults. So you can have drinks and relax, and that's a vacation.
We can't really focus on us or myself.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Jeff Gardier warns not to let old family dynamics dominate the present.
Go into the situation with not wanting to win an argument, but learning from one another and maybe trying to heal some old wounds. I think that's what the holidays really should be about.
I believe in family vacations and holidays because it brings us together. Those are your fondest memories that you have as a child of traveling with your family and just having a good time.
Lawrence's family is actually on vacation. Originally from Brooklyn, they traveled from Delaware to see the Nickelodeon Universe theme park at the American Dream Mall.
It's my son's birthday. He's turning 10 on Monday. So Josiah, so he's going to be 10 on Monday. We travel every birthday. We always travel, so we love it.
In East Rutherford, New Jersey, Jennifer Williams.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, man, traveling, that's the nice thing.
It's chaos during the holidays, but we do it because it's the time of year.
I'll take your word on it because
it's insane. Everything is just nuts at the airport. It costs a lot of money.
See, that's
but
why
you gotta
I
see
am
your family
so
and friends.
glad I don't have to deal with that because
You are
all
very
our family
lucky.
and friends are from. We
You're
live
so
here.
lucky.
We're from here.
Yes.
The farthest we have to travel this holiday season is Carthage. I-44 can be problematic sometimes, but that's the furthest we have to go. Let's take a quick look outside. This is our camera 7th and range line in Joplin. Clouds continuing to roll in for this mostly cloudy day. There's another view of them looking a slightly different direction from our camera on top of the Cornell complex. And as we take a look at the MoDOT camera 20th and range line, I do not believe these people are doing holiday traveling just yet, but there are quite a few of them out there getting their workday underway. Only 6 days until Christmas. We are at 30 degrees in Joplin, 26 in Pittsburgh. Clouds will, of course, continue to increase. Will be mostly cloudy through today. South winds gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour, and our temperatures climbing up into the low 50s. We have warmer weather on the way. We have rain on the way. We're going to talk about that and the news you need to know right after this.
I chose Show Me Windows and
awarded the German Armed Forces Badge of Marksmanship. We are proud to salute Jack Cole, a four-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. A new year means a big new change for the Joplin Police Department. City officials yesterday swore in Richard Pearson as the chief of the Joplin Police Department. Pearson previously served as the captain of the Jefferson County Public School System in Louisville, Kentucky. He also served 22 years with the Louisville Metro Police Department. The new chief wants to encourage a closer interaction with the community. Chief Pearson also wants to work on the education of his officers and work with the school system to better the community. Water Gardens in Joplin yesterday kicked off its annual Christmas market. During the week leading up to Christmas, they offer toys, games, clothes, and stocking stuffers to families who otherwise couldn't afford them. The items are donated by the community, but instead of assigning a price, they are giving a timestamp, and the amount of time that they work, they are able to receive gifts. Christmas came early for some Carthage students in the form of books. Kindergarten students received a variety of titles, including the book Giraffes Can't Dance. It's all part of the donation from the Literacy Council Board. Officials say these books will go a long way to make sure every student is reading at least on level, and there was more than 900 books given out yesterday.
All right, we've got that gusty south wind pushing 30 miles an hour today. Mostly cloudy skies, highs into the low 50s. We're going to go back into the low 40s tonight, so not a big drop off. Again, still mostly cloudy, and those winds still gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour. Cloudy tomorrow, maybe a sprinkle or two. Warmer as we go into the upper 50s. We're approaching the low 60s by Christmas Day, and unfortunately, it's not going to be a white Christmas. It's going to be a wet one. Showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms start building in by Thursday afternoon and will carry in to the Christmas holiday.
And dozens of Santa Clauses ditched their sleighs for gondolas as they rode along Venice's canals this past Sunday.
About 100 Santas arrived in the Lagoon City on boats and gondolas, coloring the Grand Canal red and bringing joy and magic to the city a week before Christmas as part of the program Venice Lights Up Christmas.
Cool.
That's what they did.
I love it. Super fun.
It's like when Chicago colors the Chicago River green.
Sort of.
For St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
They colored it red for Christmas. Why not?
Cool.
I think so as well. And hard to believe only 6 days left until Christmas.
I know. We're getting there.
Well, we want to thank you all so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your day.